Okay, I got some emails asking me about the probability project, so I'm going to make a video explaining it a little bit, in words. Maybe that'll make it a little bit easier to understand, but, just know you can always email me if you have questions, even after watching this video. So in this project, you're going to be making a probability problem about any type of situation you want. You can be as creative as you want to be. I encourage you to try and have fun with this, or come up with something a little bit more creative than the example that I came up with to kind of explain it, which is just, choosing marbles with colors and numbers out of, a bag or something like that. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is create and clearly describe the experiment. So this would be, what possible things could randomly be chosen, or the given probabilities of certain things that could happen. So you could go with, different colored marbles in a bag that also have numbers on them. You could go with some type of lottery or raffle ticket. You could go with a deck of cards. There's a whole bunch of different things you could go with. Then what you're going to do is pick a single event A. So the first thing, you should just be limiting yourself to choosing one item. First, I'll look at, the situation I've set up in the example I have here, which you shouldn't use. You also shouldn't use any of the problems from the textbook or problems I've done in previous videos. Anyway, so my situation here is I say, okay, let's say we have a bag and there's 5 red marbles and they are numbered 1 through 5. And then we have 5 blue marbles, and they're also numbered 1 through 5. Now we're going to randomly draw 1 marble out of the bag. So the initial information you need to include is what objects are being chosen from, any distinguishing features from those objects, like colors or numbers that they're marked with. You can include multiple features on objects, like I have here, with the marbles that have a color and a number on them. Or if you want to work with a deck of cards, that's also okay. Cards already have multiple features on them, like what suit they're in, what color they're in, what number, or, if they're a king, queen, or ace is on them. You can have objects with multiple attributes. Then you want to choose a single event A and find its probability. So here, our event A is going to be getting a blue marble. And now we want to find our probability of A. So since we have 10 marbles in this situation and 5 of them happen to be blue, our probability of A in this case would be 5 out of 10. Then they're asking us in 2, what's the complement of A, right? So you need to go back into your notes or into the textbook to look up the definition of complement, and then you want to find the probability of the complement of that. We would find the complement of getting a blue marble and describe what that is, or what multiple things that may be, and then we want to find the probability of the complement. For 3, you want to name 2 events B and C, and then find the probability of B or C. So in this example, I said let B be the probability of getting a marble that has the number 2 on it, and then let C be the event where we get a blue marble. And that you can also reuse things, right? So A was getting a blue marble, C is now getting a blue marble, because I know that, you can't possibly come up with, you may be able to come up with different things for every single event we describe in here, but you don't necessarily have to. We would say, okay, well, B is getting a marble number 2, C is getting a blue marble. We would find the probability. We take out 1 marble that it has a number 2 on it, or it's blue. And then the next part would be find the probability of getting a marble that has the number 2 on it and is blue. So there you would need to go back, earlier to earlier videos we had in chapter 5, where we talk about how to deal with and and or probability and in order to know how to calculate that. Then let's see, part 5, name 2 events D and E that would be mutually exclusive in this experiment. You're going to have to, go again, check what the definition of mutually exclusive is in order to answer that. And 2 events F and G that would not be mutually exclusive. So again, you're going to need to know what mutually exclusive is to come up with these examples. And then when we say explain, you should cite the definition of mutually exclusive to explain why they are or are not mutually exclusive. Now let's look at B. Create and describe an event where you're randomly choosing 2 or more items in your experiment now. What this could be for part B is now we're taking 2 marbles out of, the bag in this case. Now we want to get an example where, so let's see, we want to create, I'm going to clarify this and re-upload, but what we want to do here is find the probability, Let's say, you're picking 2 marbles, find the probability that both of them are blue with replacement, find the probability both of them are blue without replacement. Or maybe we want to say find the probability the first one has the number 5 on it, and the second one has number 4 on it with replacement, and then without replacement. So, you would just say we're picking 2 or more items. You could also do 3 or 4 or as many items as you want for part B. It just has to be a type of problem where you have to take into consideration, whether the events are independent or dependent. You need to show all of your work for all of these. The more you explain, the more likely you are to get part credit. There are already some of you who the first voting project did not show work and have submitted homeworks where you didn't show any work, and you're not getting, credit for that. You need to show your work here. You need to show what math you're doing. It's best if you label everything and really describe everything that's going on. As long as I can understand what your thought process is, you shouldn't just have answers there. Again, if you have any questions, and when I say bonus points may be awarded if you come up with something particularly creative, that's maybe like 1 or 2 points. Same thing went for the data analysis project. If you still have any questions about this, you can send me an email. If you want to set up a time on Google Meet to talk, you can also do that.